Yo, what's happening? It's Remy Please of Flight Room TV. This is another episode of Overtime 78. We're going to talk about Kendrick's album. We're going to talk about Young Thug hitting with the Rico case. We're going to talk about baby formula shortages. We're going to talk about some UFO shit. But here's some word from our sponsors.
That will enhance our underlying effort to accommodate the Russian oligarchs and make sure we take their ill-begotten gains. We're going to accommodate them. We're going to seize their yachts, their luxury homes, and other ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy and the guys who are the kleptocracies. But these are bad guys.
The fuck?
Man, that's your president.
That's your man. That's your man.
But yeah, it's me, Remy Please. Another episode of Overtime 79. We getting up there. I'm with the usuals. Keys. Lighthouse. Yeah, but backstage I was Lighthouse getting over the vid and he knocked it out of the park. So I don't know. I heard Kendrick was changing his mind of like how he initially felt on. He like had some lyrics saying should he have got the vaccine or been laid up in a bed for 2 weeks. All right, so us having like conspiracy podcasts, did your perspective change on the virus now that you've been through it?
Nah, I mean, shit was light for real, at least for me. I can't speak on other people's experiences, but I was sick for like one night, and then after that, it took me a while to get back to 100%, but it wasn't like the flu was worse from my experiences. Common cold, even like a really bad cold was worse than that. You know what I'm saying? And that's about it. Just probably took me. Like I said, I was sick for one night, then I probably got to like 80%, and I just stayed at that 80% for a couple of days, but it wasn't too bad. Everybody I know that had the vaccine had the same ailments. They probably was worse than me. I don't know. It was different. Every single person I know ever had it had a different experience. So it wasn't the same thing all across the board. So I don't know what to say.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, while we on it, I mean, over time, we do conspiracies, and then we usually finish off a rap. But let's jump right into rap. And we even got a topic that's, Young Thug. He's got a conspiracy charge for legal criminal enterprise. You know what I'm saying? RICO Act. But anyway, let's dig in. Have y'all listened to the Kendrick jump? If so, how many times? Is it hitting?
I heard it once. I just I can't really give my full assessment. I gotta listen to it a couple times. Just one time, once through, it was okay. I don't know. It was okay.
I only heard the heart. I haven't listened to it yet. I only heard that. I only heard his main single. I mean, the first joint, and that's it so far.
The production was good though.
The production is like very good. Even though sometimes I think like it wasn't like a marriage with like the production and the lyrics. For me, sometimes.
As far as what?
Like the production was like super like advanced. Like there's a clear difference between the production on his album and a lot of other albums. You know what I'm saying? Like the clarity of certain like instruments and the like I can hear shit like now. Like being in that shit for a little bit and trying to do this shit on my own. Like I pay attention to like the little nuances and shit like that. You can definitely tell this is like high quality production, but I'm just saying like the actual like the beats didn't kind of match what he was trying to do with like the messages and shit like that. I don't know.
I got you. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But I felt like it didn't really grab me like the first listen. The second listen, I'm like, yeah, okay. But it's like probably one of them jokes that gotta grow on you. And if it's the gotta grow on you, I can't really give it, a great grade. You know what I'm saying? It don't grab. It don't like pull you in off first glance.
But I don't think that's his Kendrick's intention. You know, his music. I feel like his music. You kind of got to like sit with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because his music is more like, you know, it seems more thought out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to kind of listen to catch the shit that he made. You know, you may not have caught off the first time. Might need a few
Mhm.
listens. You know what I'm saying? I think he just one of those artists where it's like just sitting down one time ain't gonna do anything that he does justice. You know?
Agree, agree. But I mean, sometimes you'll listen to stuff and it'll pull you in, and you're not really gonna catch the lines. But it's like the shit wasn't pulling me in at all the first time around. It was probably like three or
Well,
four tracks at first. You know how like when you listen to something on Spotify and okay, you like okay, I like this one, like next one,
Yeah,
next
I know what
one,
you're
okay,
saying.
like when I the first listen, there was only 2 likes off bat, and the second
but like,
time was like two
what were
more.
you? I know that you were going into it like with with an open mind, but at the same time, you still, I don't know, like we haven't heard Kendrick, like we've been waiting for Kendrick to drop.
Hmm.
So I think the anticipation and the
Hmm.
expectation
Expectation was too large.
was like too large, and we knew that was going to happen. We said that like about a month ago. He was like, "Yo,
Hmm.
Kendrick ain't dropped like when he dropped X, Y, and Z." And it's just like, maybe like how I said, you might have to sit with this one for a little bit. Maybe some of the shit he talking about ain't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of this shit, because he based on some of the shit he was saying, he was kind of foreshadowing a lot of shit too.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean this year is we only almost halfway through. It's a lot of shit left.
Yeah. I feel what you're saying. Also, like it felt like what I'm saying. He took 5 years off, and then like a lot of stuff was like a year in relevancy. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like it was a lot of current shit in that jump. Like even
So
with the
so
the
you saying
five,
that like he hasn't been writing this for 5 years?
right? Or he
Like he
probably
just
hasn't recorded a collective of like some rappers say they do like 100 songs and they'll compile the best
hmm
10 to 12 out of their 100 songs and make an album out of it. It felt like a lot of the lyrics. I don't know about the concepts, but a lot of the lyrics was had some past year and some change of relevancy in that shit.
I mean, but to a certain extent, I think it's kind of like
Even
a
with the
breath of
whole
fresh air a little bit because it's like I don't want to hear shit that everybody, you know what I'm
That's what I
saying?
was about to say. Yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
think.
saying? Like I
Yeah.
like it I like the fact that I gotta go back and listen to it, just like a good movie, a movie you didn't quite
Mhm,
understand. You know what I'm saying? You go back and you watch it, like, yo, I watched that thing another 3 times, and I keep seeing shit, and it's the same thing.
mhm.
But I don't know. Kendrick always has kind of been this way. This isn't
Yeah.
anything new. Like
Cause I felt that with his last album, to be honest. The same thing you talking about with this one, that's what I felt with the last album. Like it didn't grab me first time. I had to listen to it a couple times to really really understand. And like Ryan was saying, when an artist like this, he don't drop he drop every 5-6 years, it seemed like. So in between, whenever he drops something new, it's like your ear is not even accustomed to hearing music that way because everybody else do it like on a certain kind of path, and then Kendrick come out and his sound don't even fit into what's popping right now at the time. And I feel like that's kind of almost how it always is when he come out. He kind of just put out the
right,
music that he like, and it's never his sound never really fit what everybody doing whenever he dropped. He might have that one big single,
Yeah,
but even that on this joint, he don't even really got that one big radio song that sound like the joint that it's gonna represent the album. But I mean, like I said, I think that's part of what it is. I think his sound just never sounds like what everybody else do whenever
right.
he drop.
And this is supposed to be his last album on TD, and I found it real interesting. There was
oh
no
really?
other TD artists on this album, so that I think that was some type of message right then and there.
How old is Kendrick? What,
30,
Like, all
like
right,
32, 32,
32?
something like
for
that.
real, I
Yeah,
think
I
he
want
like
to say
our
about
age.
32. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I thought he was about 32.
I thought like him, Cole, and like Crit, they all like our age,
Yeah, it's about the same.
like 35 to 37, like in that range, 34 to 37, maybe.
834.
Okay, yeah. See.
But what's like the biggest talking point, I guess, that everybody focusing on with this album? You know,
Um,
oh,
and I
he's
wish
34.
Corey. Yeah, I wish Corey was on this jump because one of like the songs that kind of like it's not a song that you'll probably play over and over again, but as far as like the performance, the "We Cry Together" jump, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, like that jump, like definitely, it's like, damn, what can I compare it to? It's like kind of like a car accident. Like you want to, it's kind of like hard to listen to. It's kind of like uneasy to listen to, but it kind of like pulls you in just because the performance is so good. But it's not like a song you'll play over and over again. It's kind of
Yeah.
uh like Eminem's Kim,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
like how uh what's that word? Like vitriol it is or something like that. And it's like
Hmm.
abrasive as fuck, but it like pulls you in. And it's like kind of like a conversation like you kind of want to have like that level of like toxicity that you can have in a relationship and shit like that. But with the girl in that joint, she's an actress, Taylor Page. She's in that movie that Corey's telling us about, Zola,
Uh-huh.
and it's pretty much they made like a movie off of like this Twitter thread, and she's like the main character in that joint. That's when I was listening to it at first. I was like Shorty sounds like it sounds like a play or an actress. You know what I'm saying? It didn't sound like a rapper. Like I knew she wasn't a rapper because like it was so much like emphasis on certain words and shit like
Certain,
that.
yeah,
So I knew,
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
yeah, she was an actress. But yeah, I think that jump and the jump with Summer Walker is pretty good.
How many? He didn't have too many features, did he?
Nah, he had like Kodak Black on there doing like interludes, and he
Yeah.
was on one track. I think that could be a single. He just dropped a video to that N 95 track. He dropped a video to it like a couple hours ago. I just watched the drum.
Hmm.
That's a single. Jump Part with Baby Keem. That's some single. I only think it's
When
like three artists right now on that label too that he's starting.
when did Kendrick drop? Like what day?
It was Friday,
Friday? Yeah, it ain't even
yesterday.
been a week yet.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ain't even been a week yet. I had it what, like 3 days ago, but it's
yeah.
like I don't know. It hasn't even been a week yet. Let people will reassess.
I know, but I know like
We
the
will reassess, and guess what? You'll I guarantee you'll feel differently. I
Is
guarantee it.
is it like at least as far as from what you heard, is it like kind of along the Good Kid, Mad City kind of shit, where it's like the kind of his typical Kendrick
Hmm.
Lamar introspective. I'm a good kid in the hood. This is what I see every day. You know what I'm saying? Was it kind of like along that lines? Was he speaking on like I don't know, systematic oppression and shit? Like, was he still on that
yeah
type of
he
shit?
Yeah.
And
he was talking about a lot about like generational curses. What's that one jump? What do you call that? Like therapy, past life regression therapy, shit like that.
Mhm.
Him not being, I could tell like on one of the songs he's like kind of like I'm kind of like he's kind of like I'm not getting it right, but he's like kind of like saying like I'm doing this for me, I'm doing this for me. So like I'm kind of understanding like kind of like how Jay-Z 444 that was like an album for himself. It wasn't for like what I mean to rack up Billboard charts and shit like that. He was doing it for him. But
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah,
it was different. It was
it's a
like
lot of different like subject matters, but it kind of remind me of like Donda for a little bit.
Okay.
Donda. Okay. Yeah.
It's like different topics, but it's not like one cohesive like flowing thing.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I don't know. It'll
And
it
it's
seemed
supposed to
like you
be
said he had a lot to say. You could
yeah.
tell that he had a lot to say. Um, but I think he like his
Maybe
flow
that's why
was
I was all
different
over the
too.
place.
His flow was different, like what like the point that you were saying as far as like the song, like the way that the track was versus his flow. It was like he had a different flow. It was just kind of, it was like like he was rapping in between, like the beat.
Like he probably already had like verses before he had beats. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I do like that Mr. Morale jump though. On the second, it's supposed to be divided in like half. It's like this one, this two, 9 tracks on each. But I think Kodak showed up in the jump.
You said what?
Oh.
Kodak.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
You heard that? I was listening to that Push though. What you think about that?
Push's album?
Mm-hmm.
That also had to grow on me a little bit because the first time I was like he was trying to, well, Pharrell's trying to keep him in this box of like, it kind of sounded like
Star Trek. The first couple beats, it sounded like that. Like it sounded like that classic Pharrell sound, like that.
Yeah.
Like early 2000 shit. You know. What
also sound like what's that one, John? Hell Half No Furry, the old Clips. Joint?
I can see that. Yeah, but it had that vintage like Clips, Neptune sound.
Those, like,
I wouldn't even say Pharrell. I would say
fucks
Neptunes.
with it.
Yeah,
I fucks with
me too. I fuck with that shit too.
I fucks with that.
It's refreshing, young. It's refreshing just to hear like beats with their own sound. Like it just
for sure.
But yeah, I like Push album. I like I like the mix between the Kanye and the Pharrell beats. I kind of like that shit. So yeah,
and I forgot what song on there that both of them worked on it. Like Kanye did like everything with the drums.
I think it was that sample, the joint where they had the high pitched voice. Is it that one? I think it's that joint.
Hey, them niggas is geniuses. Them niggas is genius. Them niggas just like that, yo. Like, yeah. Like they are musically.
What's your favorite track on that though?
Dreaming of the Past, because that's just a classic Kanye. Yeah, just the chop, just a sample.
Yeah, the sample.
Chop, and just let that joint rock like that. That's just a classic Kanye sound.
That's like
that for real. Those type of beats is what inspired me to start making beats, like joints that sound like that. Like, because I can just see Kanye fucking on the MPC, like making that shit, you know.
After seeing the video for Call My Bluff, I think that's my favorite track. And that's
old. Call My Bluff. That's the joint with the Pharrell beat, right? Yeah, that's the one where he was like rapping like Slick Rick or some shit like that. Yeah, that's the track that had like kind of the biggest story behind it. Because I know, like watching the Pusha T interviews, he was talking about how like Pharrell was like trying to like force him to like get outside his comfort zone and like become more of a character and stop being Mr. Rappity Rap so much, and you know, so that's what he was. So he said he kind of struggled coming up with that track together, but yeah, I like that joint too though. I fuck with that shit too, and I like Mileage on that last joint, young. I like
Mileage
every time Mileage drop a verse, it's like, why did this nigga stop rapping? Like every time, young. Every time he reminds you. So yeah, I fuck with the Push. I'm gonna listen to the Kendrick joint. It just came out yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah, I already listened.
Yeah, I ain't really get around to it yet.
And then the Hear Me Clearly jump, but I listened to that shit like a while ago. It was on like Nigo's like compilation tape.
That's another video. That's another classic Kanye beat.
But yeah, Call My Bluff is tough. They said they would like listen to. I mean, they would play the Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix version of Joker.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
with the sound off, and we're recording the shit.
Oh damn!
That's why he's like laughing like that the whole, like that. That's where that laugh come from. Yeah. Anybody check out that Kendrick jump? So in other rapper news, Young Thug, aka Jeffrey Wright, has been his YSL record label has been labeled as a gang, and they have been swept up in a Rico act, hitting with almost, I think, 50 some charge indictment. We kind of talked about this on, I don't know what episode, I'll probably find it shortly. But this whole hip hop police and using lyrics and whatnot, and charging rappers with racketeering, Rico. I think this is like the first time it's been used in the state of Georgia, and that's different with these other cases because usually it's a federal thing. And I think the state of Georgia has their own statute where they can apply this tactic with the Rico. And pretty much Rico's on the police side is an attempt to pull as much people in as possible to get somebody to fucking snitch, to like bring the house of cards down by just one little pluck. But yeah, so what y'all think about what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. It's too early to tell, but at the same time, we see what's happening.
27 associates of the enterprise young slime life considered to associate together with others for the common purposes of illegally obtaining money and property through a pattern of racketeering activity and conducting and participating in the enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity.
I mean, honestly, I don't know too much to really kind of speak on it because it's like I think that I don't know, like I don't know. This is a tough one because it's just it. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Let me see.
I mean, if they doing illegal activities and I guess the lyrics is leaving a trail, then I guess it was worth the risk.
Right. That's what
56.
56 counts though.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I think it's just all right. So it's more than just the Rico. It's like Rico, murder, and armed robbery, and then on top of that, hitting you with the participation in criminal street gang activity. So like everything that you do as part of like a gang or whatever that they can label like gang activity, that you're doing something that enhances or for the betterment or something that advances your gang. They can hit you with, an extra charge on top of your murder. You know what I'm saying? On top of the robbery, on top of whatever. So
But
like
was Young
even
Thug
just
going that hard though?
from the looks of it, bro, like, and this just stemmed from a lot of like the beef between him and Lucci, YFN Lucci, who's already in jail for racketeering, Rico, all that shit. So like their beef is kind of like just adding fuel to the fire because allegedly there's an incident where I don't know if this is on like wiretap because they said this is the second time there was two individuals that asked for Young Thug's permission to go ahead to kill Lucci while he's in Fulton County Jail. And they said this is the second attempt. So if they say it's the second attempt, meaning that there was already a first attempt, and they have that, probably some type of evidence in the wing.
I don't know. I must have been living under a rock. So this nigga got pulled like that.
But that's the whole thing. Like if they label him like the head of this shit, then that's all they want. So they're gonna bring in, 27 people just to get the head to fall. And how ironic, it's a snake as a logo. So you cut the head off the snake.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I guess if he the famous rapper, he got all the money, so I guess he the one that they would probably try to take down. I don't know, man. I don't really be feeling sorry for rappers. It's like these is like multi-millionaire, dudes that you would think like at a certain point once you get the money, you might want to live a straight narrow path, especially when there's so many stories about guys doing what they got to do to survive. You doing what these. We always say, oh, guys are doing what they got to do to survive, and then they make it out the situation. Or at least you would think when you become a millionaire rapper, like surviving. Yeah, don't like Young Thug, like then he like don't they be working with like pop artists now and stuff like that? So you would think they Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like you getting involved in this type of stuff. I mean, I don't know. I can't. It's like it's the life they chose. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really know what else to say, but as far as I mean, it's the life they chose, and then you talking about what you doing in your records, so I guess they real. I guess we can say these days rappers are really real, compared to I guess when everybody used to have all these tall tales. But yeah.
So is that
I guess
art?
too. Is it
Is that
worth it
art?
though?
Is
Is it
that
worth
art
it though?
imitating? Is that art imitating life, or vice versa, or he has to keep up with it because he rap about it?
Well,
You probably think that if you rapping about it, you're gonna be attracting the people that really live that lifestyle. And then I don't know. Maybe sometimes people get extorted. You could remember we was watching a Pusha T interview and he was saying like, yeah, if I had like fans like J. Cole, I wouldn't be attracted like street niggas. Basically, that's basically what he said.
Right.
He was like, J. Cole, you go around J. Cole fans and be all love and be all just positive vibes. But because he talk about cocaine, he going
Right.
to attract a certain energy. And he said there's been times where he be out and about and he'll just like randomly get threatened by people and shit like that. And he said he knows that because he knows that's what comes with the territory, the stuff that he rap about. Mm-hmm. So you thinking that like, Young Thug and all these other rappers always talking about committing crimes and doing all this other kind of wild shit. So I guess you're going to attract niggas that's really doing that type of shit. And, you just going to, and then there's more money involved. So I guess it's more opportunities for crime. Mm.
But like on the flip side, like if they can get this nigga on 56 counts of whatever the fuck, right?
They say they've been collecting evidence since like 2013.
All right. So all right, okay. So if they can get Young Thug, so somebody like Pusha T who swears up and down that he pushes weight and all of this shit since whenever, right? So there's just that's cool. Not like they don't look into Pusha T, but they look into the
well, it's different because of motherfuckers that say right here.
I'm just saying, what is the difference? Like, what's the difference between this?
The difference is your illegal activity is still relevant from 2014 and Infinity Q50 sedan.
So he messy. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And it said, and the whatever the judge or whoever the lead chief officer, she was saying something like 80% of the crime in that area was directly connected to their gang. So this, what I'm saying. So I mean, they, like I guess you was like you were saying, Brian, they was being messy, leaving a trail.
Mm-hmm. Nigga rented the car,
and if they can connect 80% of the crime in your city to one group, I mean,
Nigga.
Well, what do you expect them to do at a certain point? Eventually, they're gonna have to, start figuring out what the hell is going on.
Nah, I get it. Yeah, damn. I mean, so I mean, some niggas just don't need to be criminals. Like if they don't, like if you go if you, I don't know.
But do you think the rap itself is directly an effect of them getting caught up, or do you think the rap itself actually is connected to the crime? You know what I'm saying? Like if Young Thug wasn't a rapper, if Gunna, all these rappers, they weren't rappers, would this organization would have been as big as they would have been? Like was it rap money that was funding this shit?
Possibly.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
And status quo and shit like that, because they said like this YSL shit was kind of like an offshoot of another blood gang locally. So like him being big homie and putting other people on, putting money in their pocket, obviously put them in a higher position. So
yeah, that probably explains it right there. That's probably how he got it. He probably wasn't the one doing the dirt itself, but he definitely probably,
Yeah.
But
and then these are the same people. Every time it's a beef, they putting guns in the camera on Instagram Live. I'll do this to you, blah. And then something happens to them, even if you are not. Who's the first motherfucker they're gonna look at? Like that's dumb.
That's everybody.
Yeah, that's like me doing that shit. Oh, I'm gonna get you, and then say like one of my fans see whoever I'm beefing with outside the club or chicken wing spot, and they get him for me. Now the heat gonna be on me because I'm on fucking camera. Oh, nigga, you ain't with the shits, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
That's like, that shit don't make no sense.
My bad, I'm late.
Yeah.
Quick question. Did anybody, am I the only one that didn't know that YSL stood for, was it Young Slime Life or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought it was the designer shit. I thought he was going like how Gucci calls himself Gucci Man or whatever. You know.
That's probably how they was getting it off though. That's probably how a lot of people thought that.
Corey, you listen to Kendrick jump?
Nah. I ain't hear it.
Okay. I had a little tidbit in there for you.
What you talking about?
He had a track on that jump with the girl Taylor Page. She's an actress. She did that movie you was talking about, Zola.
The black girl or the white girl?
The black girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta check it out.
All right. So, do you
But
think?
hold on, but question though. If Young Thug can go down, if you a young aspiring rapper and you really out here like living the street life or whatever the fuck you want to call it, like, do you think that is it worth it to be a rapper anymore if you actually really real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like they locking these niggas up. Like we done seen the drill shit. Mm-hmm. A lot of those guys go down on that scene. Now you got these Atlanta rappers going down. So if you like really in that life, is even worth it to be a rapper? Like if you're gonna rap, then don't talk about the shit that you actually be doing.
Yeah,
you would think, right? Because everybody going down. It seemed like it's almost like a concerted effort to go after rappers. So
it's like it forces them to rap about other shit.
Not even necessarily. Just like don't say exactly what you did. Like don't have no gang affiliation.
But then you'll have niggas. I don't know.
That's the icing on the cake.
You're right. You have niggas trying to pull your card the entire
right.
time.
That's what I'm saying. Like you like
nah,
keep that shit 100. Like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it'll come across like if rappers just started like extenuating what they're saying, like you know what I'm saying? It would just sound cheesy. Like it'd be like, nigga, man, we know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he right though, because
be
like imagine any major city. Let's just throw a random fucking Baltimore. If you're a rapper from Baltimore and you rapping about doing crime, but you making that shit up, then the niggas who's really doing it gonna check you. It's almost inevitable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the point of even drawing that? If you're not real, there's really no point in talking about that shit at all. Like, because if you making up stories, niggas that's really doing that shit they're going to try to, so I don't see the value in it, man.
So do y'all think these folks are done?
Man, this shit, I don't know how they get out of this one.
Yeah.
This one.
I know his lawyer did say his lawyer did say Brian Steele said rapper Young Thug committed no crime whatsoever and he would fight to his last drop of blood to clear him.
Yeah, I remember that. I heard that.
So I want my lawyer to say the same
shit. I like him.
So it's like you gotta. So my thing, I think I feel like everybody, well, all the fans anyway, are getting hung up on the fact that they're trying to use his lyrics or whatever, as a way to get him in, keep him in there or whatever, and if
collateral.
And my thing is, I feel like that part, what they have released as far as what they're trying to lock him up for, and they specifically say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna use the lyrics." I feel like that's maybe song and dance or whatever, just to get people, just to feel a certain type of way about this shit or whatever. Because if the feds lock you up, man, I
means
feel
they
like
got
there's a whole lot
evidence.
more.
Yeah, than just lyrics. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot more there, and a lot of people are getting caught up on. Oh man, they're just gonna lock them up on some lyrics or whatever. Right. I mean, and that would bring the next things like why aren't they locking up every other rapper because of their lyrics or whatever? And a lot of them.
That's part of the reason why, like you said, it's way more evidence that they not. There's way more shit we don't know about.
Exactly, and that's my point. It's like they're just gonna say that part to, I don't know, just to
garner sympathy.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely something there. It's definitely something there for them to lock them. You can't. I don't. And I think New York. They were talking about New York like maybe a couple of months ago. They're making if rappers with their lyrics or whatever, you can use that in court or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, Jay-Z is like the main figure against that shit. Him, Meek Mill, and like Kelly Rowland and
because they come like him.
But why
that statue? What is that?
Boulay was your arm. They
Yeah.
came together for that one, boy.
Oh yeah.
So you think they had kind of like a maybe inkling because like Meek know Thug and
Probably,
all
I
that
wouldn't be
shit.
What you
surprised.
mean an inkling?
Because there's a lot of people that got Young Thug probably make a lot of money for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure they don't want him getting locked up because he probably one of the biggest artists, just hip hop artists in the industry. So it's a lot of money tied to him. Just in the industry alone. So I wouldn't. And I mean the nigga talented, man. Like what I'm saying. That's not. There's not a lot of people that can make music the way he do shit. So
Crazy
that's a very,
talented,
very, very what's the word I'm looking
Yeah.
for? Like very unique talent, man. You can't really repeat guys like that. So
Yeah.
And also they charged Gunna with the Rico shit, but he wasn't locked up.
that's
He
Chloe boyfriend, man.
He turned himself in. Yeah, that was questionable.
That's
'Cause
Chloe boy.
I know folks was like, "Oh, he's snitching. He's snitching. Why they ain't lock Gunna up? He's snitching. He about to be the next one on the list. He about to be the next one to get hit up." But he turned himself in. What the very
He
next
was in that
day?
Crime Stoppers little segment.
Oh, he did one of those too.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that social media is tough, man. That social
Hey, I
media.
wanted to
can't
start
talk
seeing.
shit.
I want to start seeing people from different genres getting caught up in shit like this, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's always rap.
Let me. Speaking social media, man. Do you think if social media wasn't the way it was, do you think Gunna would have turned himself in? Because folks is making memes and everything, talking about there's bring what I don't know what movie he was in or whatever, but he was like, oh yeah, you bring me back to
Bring me a
McDonald's or some shit. You bring me back to McDonald's or some shit. You know what I'm saying? If social media wasn't the way it was, do you think he would have turned himself in, dog?
It's possible.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. He probably would have. I mean, I think that shit deep. I think he would have turned himself in regardless.
At
Like
least
that shit deeper than
as
social
fast
media.
as he
At least
turned
to me.
himself in. It was the next day, man. It was the next day. The very
Shit,
next day.
you know what these niggas facing time.
Exactly.
But he not in there.
Exactly. He wasn't in there.
Mm.
He wasn't in there.
There you
And
go.
they already put the hit on him. On uppercut, yeah.
Give me some McDonald's.
I
Back, I might remember something.
might.
Do that?
Jeez.
Big Mac, fries, Coke.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
First 48.
Wow.
First 48. It's never no McDonald's. Usually Popeye, some chicken. Remember that chicken box back. That chicken box. Somebody going to jail. It ain't gonna be me. I got somebody going to jail.
Oh shit.
Chicken box and a Lucy.
Please. I need to get up out of here. Please.
Hit the other on the Crime Stopper
Kitchens
shit.
says Benton is on trial for murder simply because his friends turned on him.
Just go to see like you ain't got no real friends out here. You know what I'm saying? I learned from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not happy that it happened, but you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of good to see that be on the outside looking in.
Kitchens is now a member of the neighborhood rap group SPC, known as Shady Park Click, like his cousin once was.
That's why it's come back to that street word, snitch. No one's want to be labeled as a snitch. I don't want to tell on him because somebody might try to come kill me or someone in my family.
Kitchens says Benton first lied to police because he didn't want to rat out another member, Clarence Carter.
Everybody know, like the streets know, and so everybody looking at it like it was wrong because this man would let my family member, you know what I'm saying, go down for something he did.
Right. Kitchens claims Benton and Carter were both wearing red the night Jasmine Lynn was shot.
It was just a coincidence of how it was put out.
Anyway.
Do you guys
one
think
of those guys passed away too, didn't they? One member of their rap group or whatever.
Yeah.
YSL guy, he died today, didn't he?
Oh, today.
I think Lil Keed or
Lil
something
Keed,
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't release how he died. It's kind of strange.
So let me ask you guys this.
And hold on.
Yeah, you go.
I did about that shit. So Gunner got indicted because of he was in that video wearing a YSL chain and throwing up a gang sign, but Lil Key did not get indicted, and now Lil Key showed up dead. So,
He knew something. He knew
and
too much.
also,
But
I'm
they
not
said he
saying
died
this.
like months ago though.
Who, Lil Key?
Yeah, from what I read, if I read it correctly, it
Nah, this shit
sounded
happened
like he died
today.
a couple of months ago.
Nah, it
Yeah, but
happened
they just
today.
now released it though.
Oh,
That's
for
what I'm
real?
saying. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Maybe I didn't read it correctly. Pull it up. Pull it
And
up.
also, you breaking up too. And also, I don't know if this has anything to do with the whole situation, but Young Thug, one of his baby mothers got killed at like a
Yeah,
bowling
too.
alley
Yep,
like
yep,
2 weeks
yep,
ago.
yep.
Damn,
So maybe this is like some type of.
that shit is sad,
All
bro.
trickle
I'm not
down.
saying this is all roping together, but they have been saying it's a lot of like retaliation been going on between those two sets. I don't know. I'm not from there.
Well, that's your hip hop culture.
Well, let me ask you guys this on that. Do you think that possibly, because this isn't the first nigga to do some shit like this that's in the rap industry? We know this. Do you think that this could be like the beginning, possibly the beginning of rap, like no longer being in good favor when it comes to the narrative, like with everybody kind of switching to like more so being on the like they, I guess like a message or something, you know what I'm saying? It's like we've grown, it's like we've elevated above like gangster rap, and like they know that, and like
Fuck
this is
no.
Nah, fuck no. That's
I'm
the most
asking,
popular shit still.
I'm just asking,
Nah.
I'm saying, like,
That's
so,
the
so you
shit.
think that it's still,
That
because
drill
it
shit
just
is
seemed
the
like
hottest
nothing,
shit.
like shit like this didn't used to happen, like they would like be able to brush this up, but I guess maybe like you said, 56 indictments, I mean, that's like we can only do but so much, you know what I'm saying? Before shit, you know what I'm saying, shit just get out of hand.
I think if you actively doing this shit and you're putting gang signs and they can everybody they like locking up as of late and they're saying, oh, because like I mean it's been years, but last time I was booked in, they asked you if you in the gang, they ask like they want to take pictures of your tattoos and all shit like that. So they try like you know what I mean. If you part of this, you part of that. They try to make a file and shit on you. So
Yeah.
if they see a rack of motherfuckers coming through that Fulton County jail, and I don't know if
Right.
y'all watch 60 Days In, there's a rack of motherfuckers in that shit, and they see you part of this, they see you part of that. You did this crime, they're gonna start
To
pointing.
connect the dots.
Yeah, 2 and 2 together.
Yep.
They watching your stories. They watching your like. Come on, you're
But I'm
not that. You're
saying
not
though,
that
like,
out of sight, out of mind at all.
all right.
I think I know what you're trying to say, Brian, but we older now, man. Like them kids, them teenagers, the early 20s, they still be listening to that ignorant shit. Like that's what they want to hear. They prefer to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
And I
we
like
like,
you too.
and remember like the Kendrick Lamar. I mean, yeah, but even like let's say like even the Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole rappers, these niggas is like old heads now. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like the rappers with a message. I think we had this conversation before. Like it ain't really too many young rappers out there with a quote unquote message in they lyrics. Like I think even that kid Corday, he would be in that conversation, and don't nobody really be checking for him like that. So ain't really no young people out there like that. That you know what I'm saying, that you would say, okay, that's the J. Cole of just generation. Like that shit don't really exist.
Right. I mean, the balls you gotta have to just say shit, put the shit in your lyrics.
I mean,
But
I
they
mean,
get
God,
fueled to do it though, because everybody, this whole hip hop culture, everybody, oh, he's the realest, he's the realest
Yeah.
nigga ever.
yeah.
So like everybody got
Yeah.
everybody got to prove how real they are.
How
and
real they are.
Their need to prove how real they are be leaving the trail for the police.
I
Right.
guess so. I guess.
But like, I mean, even remember, like, it's kind of like to even be successful as like a rapper, you kind of have to have like a story. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be like a nigga rapping. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have like a story that's married to your image.
Where you come from?
Yeah, where you from, who you with, who you roll with, how you grew up. You know what I'm saying?
So
whether
you're
it's
saying that you can't. So you're saying that a really
whether if it's good
talented.
or bad, like you still have to
Everybody
have
has a
story.
story though.
Yeah,
Everybody has a story.
and the
It's
ones
just
that
that,
don't kind of fizzle out.
or the ones who just, because we've heard the stories of studio gangsters. There's a bunch of niggas that make up. It's a certain story though we want to hear. It's a certain background that we want niggas to be from. Because if that was the case, niggas, everybody would be authentic
Right.
about where
Right.
they come from. A
True.
lot of these
Yeah.
rappers be lying like shit. So
True.
you know.
True.
Yeah. So like yeah, it's interesting. It's a weird like dynamic that we have kind of created as a society.
Of course.
I mean, I just think that shit ain't nothing. It's a prison pipeline. You know what I'm saying? Like whether we want to admit it, we like the music, but then it's also, creating guys who really live their lifestyle to make the music, because those are the type of guys that get celebrated the most. So then they like, hey, I look at me, but I'm real. But look, I'm really real. Like, look, and then that nigga going to jail. You know what I'm saying? And if he
For real.
didn't try to be a rapper, it probably wouldn't have turned out well. It probably would have turned out that way, but it wouldn't have been as public. He might even had a better opportunity to get away with the shit if he wasn't, putting himself out there.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Right.
Keeping it
and then
real goes wrong, yep.
On the other hand, you going to jail is kind of like a noble thing. And
it is in a certain way. It is. Yeah. It's like a war vet, like going to prison. It's like, oh man, he been through it. Like y'all gotta listen to what he got to say.
He did 5 years. He's back. He's back. Here's a single.
Nah, it's true. Some niggas will be like, man, I did 15 years. Like, can't teach you nothing. No wisdom, nothing. But just because they did 15, that nigga has the floor. Express yourself, brother. Say what you got to say. It really don't have nothing to substance to teach you, but just to say that.
Bobby Shmurda still ain't dropped nothing. This nigga been out for like what, 3-4 years now?
All I've been seeing him doing is dancing. Like, that nigga just came out of jail and just was dancing all around America, I guess. I don't know.
Dancing around America.
Dancing around America, yeah. Hey, he having a good time.
That's like a good show.
I'm not even actually mad at that. I'm like, hey, said fuck that shit. And he was like, man, I ain't coming out here talking all that shit, nigga. I'm about to dance. That nigga Jamaican to some shit too. It's funny as hell.
That sounds like a pilot. Bobby Shmurda Dances America.
It could be. Shit, his song he came out with back in the day, that's the song that got him locked up, wasn't it? He might have been like a pioneer for that type of shit. I think he was the first nigga.
Oh yeah. He got racked for a book for the Rico, I think.
Yeah. That song Hot Nigga, I think they was literally talking about like the lyrics in that song.
Yeah. Stop talking about sex because there's already a foul on that set. Like, don't do it.
Then you seen the Tekashi 6ix9ine shit. I mean, it's just
Rico. Casanova, Rico.
Yep.
What's the young nigga from Chicago? Anyway, they try to hit Black Youngster with that shit. Because he had a similar situation.
Crazy.
Well, here's talking about like when people try to warn people. Here's Wallow warning Young Thug. And look at like the faces in the room. Pay attention to faces.
Wallow always trying to say, right? He's been trying to say.
He did 20 years, didn't
he? Yeah, 20. I did 5 first, then I did 20. I did 5 in the juvenile
system. I did
20 in the penitentiary. And I went.
So you really did more time in prison than you ever did
on the earth. On the earth. That's why a lot of times when some of y'all young niggas, when some of y'all young niggas in here that still be living that shit, I don't be talking to y'all on Instagram as some square ass lame ass nigga. I'm talking to y'all as a nigga that been in a prison yard and see little young boy come in with his tattoos on his face, and he like, oh gee, I'm like, what's up? You know Keisha from where? I don't know, but that's your mom. Yeah, she said, could you call her? Call her. Damn, yeah, he got a shooting. Then I go back, young boy, let me see your paperwork. He like, yeah, how much time? Like, when I'm going home?
Shit.
2073.
Cease.
And now all the gangster shit gone. The homies gone. The bitch is gone. Ain't nobody. So when I'm on there, I'm speaking from a place of trying to get niggas some real game. Because I'm going to tell you some shit, Thug. It's lonely than a motherfucker in there. And when life goes on, your family dying. So when I'm seeing the young niggas, and certain niggas hit me, I DM and give them some game. I'll be trying to lay it on it because like, I ain't the nigga that's going to say, here, young, and take this pistol. Take this package. I ain't gonna put you on no dummy mission. And the problem is so many niggas is scared of y'all. I'm not scared of no young niggas because I'm not coming at you in the wrong way. I'm coming at you the way your daddy ain't come at you, the way your uncle couldn't come at you because them niggas was dead in prison. So I ain't gonna be on the gram talking some sucker shit to you, just like I checked the young nigga in here. I don't know who it was. If like you rappers, like the artists, if you don't want to be an artist, take it to the streets. But don't bring the dumb shit in the game trying to prove that you're a fucking real nigga. And while you proving that you're a real nigga, you gonna finesse yourself out of position and out of opportunity that can change your family and generations in your family life. Y'all getting money that niggas never
That's
got.
real shit right there. That's some real
Wallow
shit.
Wallow been doing this shit for like ever since he pretty much came on the scene. That's been his message the entire time.
We found his purpose, man.
That's been his message the entire time, man. Somebody gotta say it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If a nigga gotta do 25 just to be able to utter those words, let him do it. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Found his purpose.
And
somebody gotta say the shit.
Yeah.
So on the conspiracy tip, you think this got anything to do with it? We seen the whole DMX thing. We seen the whole Grammy Illuminati blood shit. This was like 2 weeks ago.
Man,
I mean, that can all be or since we're going down the conspiracy lane and shit, and this is the music industry. So remember, we've had this conversation multiple times. Rappers go to jail, you get caught up in like some shit like this, nigga, you're off to stardom. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a rapper. I've never seen a rapper get arrested and then like lose. They usually they're stardom, and so this could be a humiliation ritual. You know what I'm saying? This could be all tied into, if we just speaking from the conspiracy theory perspective, it could all be tied in. And then wasn't Kendrick recently doing some performance like at some award show or the Met Gala? I don't know, one of these shits, and nigga had like blood all on his shirt.
That was like the Grammys like 4 or 5 years ago.
That was 4 years ago. Okay.
Maybe more.
I thought that was recently.
Well, Imagine Dragons, that group.
Okay. But yeah, I remember that DMX joint, same shit. He had all the blood in the tub and shit.
Lady Gaga.
Yep.
That's that DMX shit.
Yep. So yeah, it could be ritual initiation. The whole slime life shit.
Might be.
And then you also got to throw in like the cross-dressing aspect to a Young Thug. He kind of fits into that agenda as well. So, he might be a very valuable asset. He give you the gangster shit, then he give you the cross-dressing shit. So you kind of get it all. With him, he's the full package.
He give you the funny boy.
He's the full package.
Sweet.
Yeah, because that human trafficking shit is in there too. So yeah, definitely the funny boy shit is up in there.
Yo, that Boondocks called this shit a long time ago. Remember what was that? Thugalicious and shit like that. What was that called? He called it. That nigga called this shit years ago. They called that shit, man. They called
Isaiah Rashad.
The shit, yeah, that too. Nobody shit. 15 years ago, you would have never thought that'd be a rapper. 10 years ago, you would have never thought that shit.
I was hoping Kendrick was gonna speak on it, but all right.
Nah, he ain't touching
this
that
ain't a
one.
purse. This ain't no skirt.
Y'all remember this?
Hey, I'm on that Hugh Hefner shit, man. If I ever was to have to go sit down 20, 25 years, the time they let you sit at home with your family, I'm bound to go get my motherfucking breast dead. I'm bound to get my titty dead so I can do my 25 year with hoes. Have me some fun, man. I don't get tired. Kevin Gateway.
And you know what's funny about
it? What y'all gotta do with you have to I'm lost. Like, don't be hold on. That nigga trying to be slick on trying to say, you having this shit trying to make it sound like some player shit or something.
He's gonna get his titties done.
No, you ain't fooling me. You ain't get that one by me. You ain't get that by me. Nah. What you saying though, Corey?
Look at Corey's face.
Like literally. No, literally though. Literally, like last week there was a joint talk. There was a news joint talking about some joint woman or some shit. You know what I'm saying? In jail or whatever. Pull it up, Randall. I know you can pull it up. If y'all ain't
What?
hear about it, there was a literally last week they were talking about some tranny person that was locked up in a
Oh
woman's
yeah,
jail.
yeah. Was getting inmates pregnant.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
said tranny.
straight
yeah.
up. Straight up, man. He talking about he out here about to get some boobs and shit. He about to be cooled up in the come on now.
Oh man. Yeah, wow.
Come on
I
now.
mean, if you ain't trying to go to jail with dudes and shit, and you want to be with all women, I mean, maybe he
Yeah,
on to
do it.
something.
That's
Maybe
it.
he on to
Yeah,
something.
if you living that life of crime, yeah, do it. You better go ahead and
Maybe
get
he
your
on to
boobs
something.
like he said. Like he
Oh man.
It is ATL.
Yeah.
2 inmates are pregnant by transgender inmate at all women's prison. All you progressive motherfuckers, look what y'all doing.
we in that shit. 2 inmates impregnated by a transgender inmate. Damn.
I'm just saying, man. If you ain't trying, you trying to be the only dude there, why not? Shit.
Listen. Hey,
It's a party.
Maybe Young Thug knew.
It's a
Maybe Young Thug knew what he
party.
was talking about. See, that's basically what he was saying.
Yeah.
That's
That's
basically what Young
exactly
Thug
what
was saying.
that is exactly what he said.
He said, nigga, I'm about to be a whole transgender. That's what that nigga said.
You gonna be the only
yeah,
nigga with
no,
Jesus.
That's
Yeah.
the only nigga
verbatim.
that
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. Verbatim. Wow.
Fuck
Hey.
nah.
Hey, listen.
Yeah. That ain't boo, as they say.
They said they was pregnant.
Yeah, by the tranny.
Not down.
That identified as a woman in an all-females jail.
He looked like a straight dude though. He didn't look like a woman at all. Like he just looked like a straight up nigga. I don't know how he got that off.
Let me see if I can find.
Did he? Yeah, because I saw a picture, but maybe it was a picture before he got some work done or something.
I seen a tall ass motherfucker today, Bruce Jenner motherfucker. This the motherfucker right here, I think. I look like somebody auntie. Oh no, this the motherfucker. This one got those 2 pregnant. I think.
I won't see nothing.
Real, yeah, it ain't come
Oh
up.
shit. Damn.
You said Shaq in that motherfucker. Shaq in that joint.
That one got these 2 pregnant.
Oh,
I just don't know one ass man.
They let this nigga up in that joint.
I'm like a dude.
All he had to do was shave his beard, huh?
Look at my man
shave his
face.
beard.
Oh, he got some pearls. No, that's not pearls. No more.
And get some eyebrows.
Oh, speaking of pearls, the one dude had pearls on at the NFL draft. Garrett Wilson. Y'all seen that shit? It's legit. I'm telling you, he must. When I seen Garrett Wilson with that pearl necklace on, I said, "Oh, he must be one of these monarch athletes." Because why the fuck would he wear a
Soy
pearl
boys.
necklace? Not even just that. I think he part of the agenda, man. Because why the fuck would you wear that at the draft, bro? Come on, man.
People are like a lot. I seen a tweet that said, "Ain't none of them boys crying." You could tell all that NIL money was hitting. So everybody,
Them niggas was rich before they even got drafted.
Exactly, yeah. You seen like I seen somebody from like USC posted like the whole like offensive line is going to make over like 1.2 million.
Hold up,
Like,
what's NIL though? What's NIL?
Like you can make money off your likeness and shit. So you can get like little endorsements off of like local whatever. Like it could be like pizza shops. It could be whatever. Like I seen somebody get a fucking Lamborghini endorsement from like a local like exotic car dealership and like I want to say it was like either like Texas Tech or some shit like that.
That's
Some
kind of
small
dope, though.
Yeah, it is, but like
That's dope.
It's dope, but like what kind of like that's not your demographic, like college students and shit like that. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
Who cares? I'm in a
Yeah.
Lamborghini.
Yeah, true. You get the little model, whatever
Right.
loaner
Yeah.
John it is. You pull up to school again, but yeah, I think it's. And then they blaming Saban for like stealing everybody's transfers. I mean, of course he gonna get all the best
Yeah, of course.
boosters and shit. This they gonna muddy the water like shit. Like whoever got the best boosters is gonna get like boosters have the go ahead now. Like
Yeah, it's all hands on deck.
Yeah, all you gotta do is put your money in Domino's Pizza and then have Domino's pay them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made the loophole way bigger. That's all y'all did.
That gives players more incentives.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think they would probably been better off just paying them like exactly like a salary instead of.
Are there any transgender WNBA players?
Nah.
Oh, okay. I'm just
not yet.
I wasn't sure if I missed
that. No, they won't let that happen.
Nah, not yet.
They won't let that happen.
I'm just, but like you said, not yet.
No.
Right. Somebody just coming down through the lane and just
Damn you.
I don't
That'd be crazy.
That would be bad.
What's the name of that movie?
Joanna Man. Yeah.
Hey,
Joanna Man.
But Joanna Man is a very realistic thing now.
Now
it's not that far fetched as it may have seemed back when that movie came out.
Oh shit! That took it back to Joanna.
That's funny though. That's hilarious.
Oh shit!
But that's pretty much the thing with the whole the swimming lady.
Oh yeah.
That's basically what that was.
Yeah. What's her name? Like Leah Thomas.
But take it
Leah
back. What
Thomas.
was it? A year or two ago?
That was like last year.
They were talking about LeBron. What if LeBron want to be a transgender and go in the goddamn WNBA?
Nah, somebody said
put up 300 points a game.
No, somebody said, all right, if y'all want to do this whole, transgender and sports shit, let somebody like Mike Tyson switch over and beat on your daughter. So, how would y'all feel about that?
Oh, Lord.
Beating the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Just straight body shots.
They will cancel that shit that night, that round. They will cancel that shit.
At 55, however old he is, at 55, dog. At 55, however old
I'm just saying, Mike Tyson, it could be.
Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. This undefeated. Undefeated. I don't care how tall you are, whatever. Ain't no Lennox Lewis out there joint. Maybe Lennox Lewis want to join the shit too. But god damn.
Did y'all see that one post? Well, that's a little too long. I won't play it. It's like 3 minutes. I'll just send it to y'all.
What was it about?
It was about like this like he's like a podcaster / like comedian, and like he goes like these like small town meetings to kind of like troll like progressives, and he dressed up as like a swimmer, and he's like begging them because like in that state itself they haven't had the right where transitioning men cannot perform in sports. So he was begging them, can he perform in women's sports? And it sounded like he's being dead serious, but he was joking, but it was just telling them how foolish it sounds for him to be begging for that right. So it was like, it was fucking genius. And he was just so over the top. But I'll send that shit. But yeah. On the other side of absurdity, this whole baby formula shortage.
I thought y'all nigga. I thought Brian was bullshit. And I was like, nigga, you don't got no little babies. What are you talking about? Some what are you talking about?
Why are you worried about it?
Yeah, why you worried? That shit crazy. I heard about this shit.
When I first heard about it, I was like, wait. I was like, okay. But then I didn't know it was to the extent that it was. It's like them, like mothers is crying in the aisles of Walmart, and like there's no formula. You got people trying to make baby formula at home and shit, which can be dangerous.
Oh shit.
And then probably a lot of people
what the fuck is baby formula made of? Damn, that's
like
some
that damn
mess
garage.
shit.
Connect with some Wi-Fi. Connect to some Wi-Fi, brother.
I'm not at home, man. I'm at the folks. I'm not at home, man. And they
I
in
know they
there.
got Wi-Fi.
They party.
They partying.
It's music.
You fucking up, bro. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it feel like they trying to starve us out. The whole food shortage, gas shortage, baby formula
baby
shortage.
formula. I mean, that's
You could
the
probably,
lifeline, though. That's a
yeah,
lifeline for a baby. You know what I'm saying?
literally.
That's I mean, some people live and swear by. I mean, shit. That's tough. If you can't feed your baby, like that's got like. I mean, now okay, like mothers will go to what lengths to make sure that they baby eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you can't breastfeed, yeah.
I mean, you put them in a bind, like what the fuck are they? What are you supposed to do? Have they given an alternative?
If they do give it alternative, I wouldn't trust it. Because,
That
like, you
part.
know what I'm saying? That's them providing a problem, and then
Same way with the crops.
with anything, yeah.
Just like with the crops. Oh yeah, the only way that you can now have baby formulas if you do this or buy
Right.
this. Like, god damn, how you just switch that shit up like that?
But the thing is, like, why they got infinite supply of flaming hot Cheetos and shit like that, but they short on baby formula. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. It's
You
they got
said
infinite
rice milk is a good substitution. Rice milk.
I think it's a shortage on that shit too.
But they said that Biden was going to possibly sign something where it mandates that certain manufacturers like make that shit 24/7 while they may be contracted to make cereal and all sorts of other shit. Like they would be tasked to specifically make baby formula.
I would recommend 100% to find some type of alternative because this shit it sounds 100% engineered, like
fabricated.
Yeah, they're causing a shortage and they're going to provide a different solution.
Like, how is there a shortage on baby formula? Baby formula, like you said, not Cheetos.
But let's go back to the thing you said before. It feels like it's a war against the people.
I mean, shit. Not
Like
being able to feed your kids, yo.
Like people are fighting overseas, like some type of war, but it definitely feels like there's a war against the people itself. A silent war.
Yeah, that shit is constant. That never not happens.
But this like isn't it like some like communist shit though? Like didn't they always like starve like communist China? Didn't they starve they fucking people? Didn't like
it was one of the
Didn't like Stalin? Didn't he starve his people? Didn't Mussolini? Didn't he starve his people? Is that what they doing?
It could be.
You starving somebody and then you make them all irrational with their thoughts and shit, and you force them in like one wave of thinking.
But this okay. I mean I see what you're saying, but like this is baby formula. There are parents who
so now
solely only give their kids baby formula.
Right.
So like if they don't have that,
right?
What are you supposed to do? How is the kid supposed to?
And now you're desperate. Now you're desperate, and now you
ain't thinking right. Right.
Now you at the feet of these motherfuckers.
Yep.
That shit crazy.
Like when you create that, like the desperation is like you in full control.
Yeah, it's almost you got people eating out your hands, pretty much out your palm.
Bill Gates is heavily invested in lab-produced breast milk, and now
Oh my
we have a baby formula shortage.
Okay.
The same thing with that lab-produced steak, chicken,
Right. Yeah.
all that shit. So, like, yeah, it was a war, bro. it's a war.
That's wild.
I don't
Okay,
know,
but what's
dog.
next though? Okay. We got what do they say? It's a shortage on what crops are growing, soy and
I mean, what's the biggest necessities? What's shit that like people need every single day?
Food,
water.
shelter. That's another conspiracy we gotta get into. Like how all these banks and Zillow and BlackRock and Vanguard are buying all these properties and inflating them and shit. Like yeah,
And the
we
housing
need
market's ridiculous.
yeah,
Right?
we need to do a whole show on that. Crazy. Cause I go on Zillow every day just cause I'm nosy. You know, we used to play my car back in the day.
Yeah.
I'd be doing my house.
Yep.
But seeing the prices jump is crazy. But then you read these articles that all these companies are using these, centralized banks and Vanguard and these conglomerates, and they just buying up property to make it like kind of like out of reach or driving up the interest rates and shit. It's like you can't own nothing, you can't grow nothing. You
Shit,
can't.
they don't even send new cars. New cars don't even be at the dealership no more. Like
Nope, because the chip shortage.
Everything. Like if you buy a new car, you gotta wait for them to ship that shit to you. It's
Mm-hmm.
not even gonna be you can't buy a new car or right off the lot, just drive and just go home.
Yeah,
like that shit don't even exist no more.
Used car fucking market is crazy now.
Yep. So that whole car dealership model probably pretty much dying.
Yep.
Because they don't even send new cars to them joints no more.
No, if you just drive by, if you like, those like you go on like 355, all them dealerships, that shit's half empty.
Yep.
Go up in Glen Burnie, go up in Annapolis, like all those like car industry, Arlington, like all them car auto malls, shit like that. That should be half empty.
You be best off going on what's that shit? The joint where it's like a vending machine. What's that shit called?
Carvana. But
you
they
might
be
as well
some, yeah.
But the Carvana cars don't even be like those. They be used joints. Don't even be new cars either though.
Nope.
Them shits be
and they
used.
be janky as fuck. It's like
them
how
joints
you
be having them shits be having like 50,000 miles on them. Bitches. Like they be selling them shits like just like that right out of the Carvana.
How you gonna test drive some shit like that?
Nah, this whole car dealership is fucked up too, man. Everything is different. It's like it's I guess because
the whole consumer industry is
the whole consumer industry is fucked. It really is. It is though. It's like just in just a couple years how everything just changed just like that.
That shit wild.
Like nigga, 2017 is like a completely different world, and that was 5 years ago. That was 5 years ago.
And here's another word from our sponsors.
We're the only outfit in the country that is immune. Imagine had the tobacco industry been immune to prostitute being sued. Come on. In February, the families of
this y'all man's man.
This nigga wild, yeah. It's like he gets stuck.
That's why
he gets stuck. He's like,
come on, man.
He just be talking.
Yeah.
I don't care. My team is struggling.
He just talking. He just up there talking.
I want to kiss you.
Oh man,
I could care less.
Oh man,
I said, yeah, they need to put his ass back on the charger.
Man, that nigga need a new cell. Oh shit! But yeah, the shortage on baby formula. Come on, really, y'all let that one go to the wayside? Y'all let that one fall through the cracks? Baby
you think that's
formula?
like you think that's like any relation to like the whole I know this is like a big topic, the whole Roe versus Wade shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like any correlation because it's like babies.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how it would be correlated because that would be a manufacturing issue, right?
I mean, they're trying to prevent you from having abortions, meaning there's more babies, then there's more babies. There's not a ways to feeding the babies. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, let me ask you this: like, so maybe we need to look into, because now I'm curious. So, what are the ingredients that are in, let's say, your average formula, and
probably
we need to
some
look
fucked up
into
shit.
But I'm
Honestly,
saying though, like if okay,
you're
so
probably
if
doing
there's,
a favor for real.
if there's a shortage of baby formula, then there has to also be a shortage of those things as well.
Products, right?
Like products that are in there. So if those things that are in there, check and see if so let's say if it's in, if these things are also in, let's say I don't know, some creatine or some type of product that like GNC or something like a protein shaker with if that's still being manufactured, then something don't add up, because you know what I mean.
But what year was baby formula invented? Because human beings have been around for what, a few billion years, some shit like that, allegedly.
Right.
So like, were we not able? Like, how did we make it all those billions of years without baby formula? And like now, it's like we can't survive it without it. Like, is this another one of those situations where they kind of weaken our instincts and then make us dependent on their products? Because before this baby formula, the human race was thriving. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure out, like, how all of a sudden now we can't survive without baby formula.
Maybe it's the perception that we can't. Like they lining up in the supermarkets trying to, oh my God, there's no baby formula. Like, okay, but you do have like things you can naturally feed your baby if you want to. Just saying. You know?
All right, so it says in 1865, a chemist named Justus von Liebig created the first known patented baby formula.
Oh shit, man, this shit's fucked up. Off break.
It says von Liebig's baby formula consisted of cow's milk, wheat, malt flour, and potassium bicarbonate. And by 1883, evaporated milk was developed. So basically that shit is a GMO.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
I'm about to show y'all this one. Yeah. So the main culprit and all these, boom, 42.6 corn syrup.
Okay.
Soy protein isolate.
Got that.
Safflower oil. So that don't even sound real. That sound like a hybrid.
So maybe they just have a shortage on thiamine chloride, hydrochloride. Maybe because of that, that's the reason why we be in trouble now.
Right.
Or maybe it's the ascorbyl palmitate. That's what it is. They have a shortage of that.
They don't have enough of that.
We don't got enough ascorbyl. We don't have enough.
Right, because they using probably too much to create missiles and shit for fucking Ukraine.
Yeah, exactly.
Riboflavin.
Yeah, all the cyanide is getting put in all the missiles getting sent over. That's exactly.
But that's crazy because I take 400 milligrams of riboflavin every morning. Riboflavin, B2. That's in there.
True.
Damn.
What about the D-alpha tocopherol acetate calcium pantothenate?
I don't see nothing that say like from a plant. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see nothing in there natural except for the riboflavin.
Oh, they got some safflower oil. Oh, coconut oil.
Oh, it's at the top. I ain't even looking at it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They got a couple some
niacin
in there. See, they got some niacin in the mate. Well,
right.
Hide your kids.
I know, right? That's why they call that shit baby formula. They can't even get that shit a name. They just
It's
like it's so much shit in there.
Like we got the formula that y'all don't. We got it.
Ain't there a difference between what's the joint Infamil and Similac? Like, ain't they like different? It's not the same formula. It's like they do some different shit. Man, I'm glad I'm past that stage, boy. Baby formula, boy.
Right.
That shit ain't no joke, man. That shit is not cheap.
You be in the mall drinking your scoops.
shaking the shit out that bottle.
Now I feel guilty though.
Oh shit! God,
this is another label.
All right, organic.
But like, where's like the ingredients? Like, usually you'll see like parsley or anything. Like,
you got coconut.
Let's say organic, non-fat milk at the top.
That's a good organic, non-fat milk. But doesn't milk have fat in it organically? Right? Am I tripping? Am I thinking right?
That sounds about right.
Isn't milk supposed to have fat in it? So how you have organic, non-fat milk?
Nah, if Bill Gates gets his hands on it.
I know, right? He just be changing definitions, moving words around and shit.
That's a whole lot of shit.
I mean, that's a lot. Okay, so when
it's like the back of a cleaning product or some shit.
No bullshit.
How that look?
so there aren't just natural things that have like, not saying all of these things, but things that these try to replicate.
Something that replicates breast milk.
That's what I'm saying. So breast milk, like, what is in breast milk that is not on this motherfucker?
I mean, that's true. And then, like I said, human beings have been surviving. Like, babies was eating some.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
What the?
I don't know when it all changed. When, like, even just your mother's breast milk wasn't good enough. Right.
That's crazy. You said that. What was the date on that when old boy created that shit? You said
1865.
God damn.
Crazy.
Wasn't that the same year slavery ended? 1865.
Possibly. Is it? I don't know. He was on one though. He was on one with that one. The baby formula.
All right, so I want some UFO shit.
Do it.
Speaking about babies and UFOs,
oh shit,
it was kind of trippy. Recently, as of April, the whole Freedom of Information Act, the government actually admits they have instances where women have been knocked up by unexplained means. But it's weird because where these babies come from?
So they got alien babies?
That's what I would.
Isn't that what they used to saying? Like, I don't know. It seemed like it's all like kind of symbolic, like the whole Greek mythology and like the gods and like aliens, like then them coming down to Earth and mating with the humans. And, you know what I mean? It just seems all like transparent.
The Nephilim.
But so the woman that got pregnant by the alien, did she have the baby?
Right, where are the babies?
And is that like a new race of aliens now that an alien had a baby with a human woman or impregnated a human woman?
LeBron James.
And how you end up getting smashed by an alien though? Let's talk about that part. Like how do you even get in the situation
Yeah.
get smashed by an alien. Like, how you just let that happen?
Aliens are scoping her out. Like, oh,
You know what I'm
she's
saying?
dead.
Like, was she like walking through the park, or like is this like a doctor that was like in the lab or something?
I want to see like, all right, like the quality of woman. Like, what did they find is fine?
She alien hot.
But I guess does that depend on what the alien look like?
Right. Like, do aliens like a certain type of
chick?
Like, she gotta be thick though. That's the question.
Right.
Like, do they record this? You know, do they require a thick woman, or do they want like a? I'm just saying though, right? Think about it.
That's true.
Why did he choose her? You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna say 1,500 documents, 1,500 pages of documents about shadowy UFO programs. They had the stronghold out of the fucking.
What's that? A video? What's it? Oh, that's interesting.
That's like the what they call it, the Nimbus video.
Nigga.
Nimitz.
I ain't never seen nothing like move like that. When I watch them shits, it be like, yo, that's clearly not anything we have or fuck with.
The report added said it had 42 cases from medical files and 300 similar unpublished cases where humans have been injured after anomalous encounters. So like probably like chemical burns and shit like that.
Like testing after testing.
Mm-hmm.
But see, like I don't know. So okay, so when most people talk about let's say they've had like an alien encounter, like do they like vividly remember it? Like do they kind of remember it? Because like you gotta be fucked up. Like I can't imagine like, you know, being abducted and then being put back out. You know, just supposed to live my life regularly. That's got to be some like wild shit to remember.
I know that last season of American Horror Story, that shit was wild. It was just like this.
Yeah. What the fuck? You talking about the most recent one?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that shit. What the fuck is that?
Defense Intelligence Agency. I didn't even know there was such thing. All right, here's some videos. This one's cool because it's like a sister.
I'm gonna analyze.
See over the water.
Cause that whatever that is looking for something. Damn, I lost it.
How did that joint know it was being filmed from that far away?
And that joint here goes.
Flying so fast. Where the fuck did it go? Boy, I'm losing it.
Come on, man. And what's their fascination with water?
Because humans
look at that joint. No, that joint. She can't even keep up with it.
Cause that whatever that is looking for something.
I see at the bottom say MUFON
That
case.
nigga some bitches, huh?
They say MUFON case 110,975.
Uh-huh.
MUFON is like probably like the leading like UFO research like collective.
Oh my God, it's flying so fast. Where the fuck?
Nah, that was an authentic reaction though. I say that. That shit was real.
Then here's another job. Puerto Rico. Yeah. Bam.
Meds, baby.
I ain't got premium. Bear with me. But boom. And this is the military.
Nigga, that shit is moving
like shit.
That joint is moving, my nigga. The camera's trying to pan and keep up with it. They can't.
But sometimes it don't even look like a solid thing.
Nigga.
How come they can't ever zoom up on these damn things so we can see what the fuck that is?
He can barely keep.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look like a solid thing. It look like it's like a
They never look like a solid
like
thing.
a bubble.
Yeah.
It is like it's changing form.
Yeah. That shit is creepy, man.
That shit, nigga. Hold on to your butt so you get on that motherfucker.
So it's like nothing.
Like how fast is that going?
Right. So like us in the physical, right, can never be on something like that because our genetic makeup can't withstand something moving that fast.
Yeah, G forces are too much.
So it's like
niggas be passing out on roller
that
coasters.
whole theory where it's like I think it's our military using secret space program shit. I don't believe that.
Wait,
And
is
then
this all
sometimes
one continuous shot?
Yeah.
Is this
And
just
then
this joint is flying in circles? Right? Because this camera's just so is this joint orbiting like the whatever it's shooting? Like nigga back up?
Or maybe it's just like a camera that has like full range.
Cause you only gonna circle me.
Is that supposed to be water right there?
Yeah, they love water. Oh, they went into the water, right?
Nah, it's still right there.
I mean, there's so much undiscovered shit that we just simply don't know about in the ocean. You know, it's not like we can just remove the water and see what's down there.
I heard there's water underneath the water.
Yeah.
Like different type of like
the mud. Under the mud.
Like there's space underneath the water, but not like space in the sense where it's like water space.
Yeah, remember on what was that? King Kong versus Godzilla. And remember how they went in and then like everything like turned over and it was wild. Kind of like that.
That last King Kong had every conspiracy in it.
Every single one.
Every conspiracy. They even had conspiracy podcasts.
Right, yeah. Right.
But yeah, man.
God damn.
It's close. I don't think it's close.
What's close?
Like the unveiling.
I mean, it's kind of like they're already prepping us for it. Well, not prepping. They're saying.
Nah, because this shit don't be like Fox 5. You know what I'm saying? It don't be CNN.
But guess what they did say on Fox 5 and CNN? That fucking aliens is real. They said like how said it wasn't a peep after that. Niggas is like, all right, back to your regularly scheduled program. Like we did, like you know what I'm saying, behind closed doors. Things.
What if they're not aliens? What if they just like the rulers?
Whatever.
Well, I mean, whatever the fuck it is, they got better technology than us. They got better technology than us. I know that shit.
Shit.
All right, it's time to meet daddy.
Oh, no, this shit wild.
But wouldn't that instantly put him in that position? Some type of authority
what
figure?
as a superior?
if you can do shit like that. Like, we
I
can't.
mean, I wouldn't automatically say that. You know what I'm saying? They just do
Nigga,
shit
if I hit
differently.
fucking 80 miles per hour on an exit ramp, you'd be like this. But that motherfucker was just moving like shit.
Oh man. I mean, I see what you're saying, but like, I don't know. I just because somebody does something better than I do it, or like their technology is better than mine, I'm not just gonna be like,
That
oh, you're superior to me.
that instantly makes them your superior. If we were
Nah.
if somebody time traveled you uh
Nope.
into the 1700s, you've got your fucking Beats by Dre headphones, you got magnificent weed, you got an iPhone, you're a fucking wizard, you're a mystic, you're a wizard, all that shit. So like, you're the
Yeah,
superior.
but not really though, because those same people that they have the capability to have and do what I'm able to do, they just don't know it yet. So they're not really superior. They're just we're one and the same. You know what I'm saying? They just have advanced quicker than we did. You know, if their advancements are better, yeah, but like superior, yet to be determined.
Like, you kind of superior.
I'm just saying.
In the grand scheme of things,
I ain't giving up my superiority without a fight. You got to take that shit from me. Like, show me, nigga.
Zap your ass, Doc. You Doc. Fucking goop.
Bye bye, sir.
Yeah.
With
This
my
one's out of
mind.
line. Boom.
With my mind.
But what if they like the ones making? Yeah. What if they're the ones making everybody so fucking authoritative? Like, you know
What do you
I'm saying?
mean?
Like the world leaders. What if they just following
Orders from them?
Yeah, because they came
Or
down and
script?
they flexed their muscle to the world powers, and then now they saying because like everything that they do don't really make sense, but they try and make it make sense. So it's like we try to flex on y'all so y'all can flex on y'all people. You know what I mean, for some type of agenda.
That sound like the workplace and shit. Like that's what that sound like. It do. It sound like the niggas at the top flexing on the managers, flexing on the niggas under them. Like how that should be working.
So we just complain to our presidents. You know what I'm saying? Presidents of your company or whatever.
Yep.
Because they haven't higher orders.
Yeah, because some of the shit they say don't make no sense.
It don't make sense.
I mean, you just played a clip with this nigga.
Right.
What are you talking about?
But what if it's like that?
I mean, if it is,
that's why you can't explain us going to fucking the moon and shit. It's like that shit don't make sense. Or if it's like some outside entity who's like, nah, nigga, like tell these motherfuckers this. They gonna believe it.
Did you see that? Did you see that movie with the hollow moon?
Yeah.
Earthfall or Moonfall.
Moonfall.
Was it good?
It's like a 5 point something, but that John was spitting facts.
Really?
Facts. Yeah. On Netflix, Mike Myers has this fucking show where he plays like a whole bunch of members of the Illuminati.
Oh yeah. I started watching.
It's called it's funny as shit, but it's like
funny.
It's like,
but they be
yes, it's facts. It's called like the Pentaveret.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the Michael Key joint?
Yeah, but Michael Keaton's like only on the first episode.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So Mike Myers is the main person?
Mike Myers is the main person. He plays a whole bunch of people.
Hmm.
They even got like an Alex Jones
interesting
character.
though.
Yeah.
I like the way they shot it. It's like
but as a terrible rating though, but unless you know what you're looking at, you don't really understand the shit.
Yeah.
Watch that shit.
I was thinking about it. I thought about it, yeah.
Watch that shit.
It's interesting.
I saw that
it's
shit.
It's like a different way that they did it. It's like they bring up you just watch it.
It's an Illuminati spoof.
That's what it looked like though.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I thought it was going to be.
Like you know how like what's some jumps like Naked Gun or
Yeah.
Scary Movie. It's like a spoof movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Illuminati spoof. Hilarious. But I feel like it's a lot of shit out there like this now. Even it's a show on Netflix called Inside Job, and they just talk about straight conspiracies where like the main character, she's the daughter of like an ex CIA agent, and like he knows like all this shit, and the president is like a robot. The whole presidential cabinet is like lizard people. Like it's like the same people that did I want to not Rick and Morty, but one of those animated series. The same animators as that. You just check out like 1 or 2 episodes. Inside Job.
I be thinking some of those movies that be coming out be kind of like trying to water down.
Yeah,
you know, like those was it like those Taco Bell commercials or something where they be like talking about conspiracies and shit.
Yes.
They even what was it? Ain't there a movie coming out where they straight up say like Illuminati, like the new Doctor Strange? Wasn't they saying some shit about like the Illuminati straight up in the new Doctor Strange? So I think they just doing that shit to kind of like, you know, water down the potency of what it really is to kind of make you think it's like some like, you know, like a buzz term almost.
Right. So
You know
then that way when it does reveal itself, it won't be like a big ass shock. You'll just be like, oh yeah, I knew that shit.
Or just people be like,
or just like, you
it?
got it from that TV show.
Yeah, that's like, oh, what do you think is some Illuminati shit? Like, you know, and that's kind of how they do it. That's they kind of watering it down.
Like that one show that was on like Cartoon Network for like kids, Gravity Falls. The main character was like a Illuminati a cartoon, like kids cartoon.
Oh yeah, I remember you was talking about that one time.
Sure. Matter of fact, that's the people that made Inside Job, Gravity Falls.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I think I ran through all the clips. All right, one thing before we get out of here. I thought Corey's gonna have to say something about the whole Roe v. Wade because that's like a big staple on like dividing the left from the right. That's like their main thing. Abortion, pro-life, all that shit. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. But people are saying this is gonna drive people to align themselves with like the Satanic Church because that's like a loophole where you can kind of get say they pass that shit and saying it's illegal to have abortions past whatever 6 weeks, where 6 weeks you really don't know if you're gonna have a baby or not. So people are gonna use a loophole where you can go to the Satanic Church because it's classified as a religious institution, just like the Church of like Scientology and shit, and they do abortion rituals. So that's gonna be protected underneath the Satanic Church. So it's going to drive people towards that. Follow me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to join the Satanic Church,
just for abortion,
has its purpose, I guess. I don't know.
I even seen like some states are banning like Plan B pills, and that's just like 72 hours, just for that shit. But like, what do you think? Like what's the objective with that?
Of what?
To making people keep babies.
Man, I don't know because I'm I thought about that and I'm like, what is the downside to keeping babies alive? I was thinking about that, and it was hard for me to find a reason.
Right. But you're gonna have babies in situations where people can't care for the babies themselves because it's hard out here with the food, the jobs, all these type shortages. And
I mean, but do you think that's really the reason why people will be getting abortions because they're for noble reasons?
No, because they're irresponsible.
So. That's the main reason why.
Yeah. So it kind of like forces responsibility on somebody, but people can't, handle responsibility. So with that being said, what happens to those babies when people are deemed irresponsible? Like, where do they go to? They go into the system.
They go into the system and then they get sex trafficked.
Right. Is that system trustworthy?
And then even right now, because it's still people because that goes on to a whole different conversation. Because there's people right now that's having kids who are bringing their children into some fucked up lives. You know,
Right.
like
Absolutely.
people who shouldn't have children having children, abusive fucking people. You know, all kinds of shit. How many times have we seen the story of like the guy who locked his family and his children in the basement?
That shit happened.
You know what I'm saying?
I just seen something today. It was a dude in like Midlothian. That's Virginia, right? It was a family. It was like two brothers and like an aunt held some lady captive for 12 years in Midlothian, Virginia.
God damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo. God damn.
Today.
That's some wild
shit. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's some wild shit.
But
you never know. Like, what the fuck? But still, like, I feel like there's some like it's either a ploy to like get hold of the youth or it's a ploy to divide the country, because that's like one of the biggest, it's the whole abortion shit is guns and it's freedom of speech. That's like the three things that people kind of like run against, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one big attempt to like divide the country, or there's like some type of ulterior motive behind the shit. Well, I don't know. I ain't got no skin in the game.
Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, I guess if they want people to have babies so they can sex traffic them, that's what I mean. But that sound kind of, because it's like, all right, so it's like less abortions means more babies are being born, which means more opportunities to sex traffic children. I mean, I'm just trying to think of like,
or organ harvesting, or I don't know.
Wouldn't you be able to accomplish that through abortions, right? The organ harvesting and all that other shit, right? Wasn't that it? Because you still got like a fresh baby.
But
may not have gone full term, but it still may have organs that
or you can just grow it fully.
Or maybe have something to do with like energy, man. Maybe they realize that like the energy, Earth's energy has gone down because there aren't enough babies.
Pure souls, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then also, a lot of the abortion clinics be in like the low income areas and in the black communities. So then it's like so they want more black babies now?
Melanin, yeah.
So it doesn't mean, but even if you think about that, more black babies means more black people, which means more black people to vote in your political whatever it is that you want, right? Don't you want more votes? Don't you want more people? Like, will it hurt the black community to have more black people? Or do we as black people want to keep our population down? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's something to think about. I don't know. Like, does it hurt black people to have more black babies? Something to think about.
Yeah, I just don't understand, like, why now? Like, this is something that's been like people like that's where they draw the line in the sand, and then now they're trying to do a whole 180 on the shit. Even though I don't have no skin in the game, it's not my business, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Something to think about.
Yes, sir.
And it's your job out there to have us something to think about. I want to thank everybody tuning in tonight. Overtime 79. Send us some topics. I'm serious about. I think I want to do the whole like housing situation. How like all these companies are buying up everything, so we don't have nothing left. But yeah, it's me. Please, Lighthouse Keys, Koi Mo, probably in some Don Q right now.
He probably right now.
Yeah,
he probably forgot that he was still on the podcast.
He probably left the phone.
Motherfucking phone outside, just propped up. That's like propped up on the leg.
That shit probably on top of a car.
Oh man.
But yeah. Each and every whenever we do this, we talk about conspiracies and hip hop, something like that. But yeah, we're gonna catch you on the flip, man.
Peace.